Better.
I was roasted.
Yep, nicer flight.
Definitely a flatter flight.
There's our 250 on the fly, 270.
10-2 launch. 85 feet.
Not bad though, is it?
Sounds so good.
It's good, isn't it? All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We are still in TaylorMade's niche product launch season. We just had the burner launch, hugely successful.
Yeah, I mean, it's popular. I've had people order them without even hitting them, which is interesting. But yeah, no, it's a good product.
I think definitely an interesting time to add some new products into the mix as we get to different parts of the season. We're coming in towards the summer season.
Close.
Close.
Couple weeks away.
Yeah, we're seeing some people make some choices in the bags, and it gets to the kind of warmer weather. Maybe the ball runs a little bit in the fairway. People like maybe to work the ball down a touch, especially as the tour moves over into the linksy part of the season. And we have some new TaylorMade irons. P series now, the UDI.
DHY.
DHY. We've seen them in the past, Mikey, but never in such a classic sleek form.
No.
I really like what they've done with it.
They had the Sim, they had the Stealth.
Yeah.
I personally didn't like the look of them back then. These look super professional. Like these blend in with the P series irons, whether it's P790 or P770. They look like a tour part.
It does. It really. It's a great point. Deserving of being part of an iron family, not really part of a wood family. We know the lineage of the P790 is one of our best irons, has been since we've had the shop.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, to see basically that the P-UDI look like an extension of the P790 is actually, I think, it's a nice thing. It's, you know, in actual fact, it's a little bit smaller, isn't it, in shape? So two different CG positions, Mikey. Yeah,
I mean, if you know, you look at both of them side by side, you can see how much lower it is in the DHY. It's the DHY is an interesting one because it's like a hybrid style.
Yeah.
But you still got to strike it pretty clean. It's definitely more forgiving than UDI, but definitely still not for the faint heart.
Yeah, I think this one is kind of more of an extension to the iron set. I think, you know, get that CG down, helps hit the ball up in the air nice and easily. Has the speed pocket in the bottom, obviously helps with those low strikes. You know, if you don't lean the shaft quite enough. We've got a 17-degree 2-iron and a 20-degree 3-iron.
Yep.
We're going to see quite drastically different flights from them. We've taken ourselves over to the homeland, Michael, home of golf. I can hear the bagpipes. We're going over to...
I can feel the rain and the wind.
It's coming. It's on the way. We're going for the Anstruther Fish Bar tonight for our dinner.
Love it.
Can't beat it. All right, what do you want to start with? 3-iron, then go 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
K-Fry's DHY, a little bit bigger profile. From address, looks more like a hybrid.
No, it's still you know you're playing a wider bodied iron.
Yeah.
Doesn't to me start to remind me of a hybrid at all. No, I think it still has all the DNA of an iron, just that lower CG.
We're gonna tee off with both of them, and then we'll move into the fairway and hit into the green a couple times.
Sounds like a plan. So 380 on the first here at the old course. The old doer caddy, what's he saying? How far you want me to hit this?
I want you to hit it 255 yards.
255. Okay. It might be a big ask with this one, but I think this has got 20 degrees. I think this has got about 230 in the fly. And the rest is on the ground. I'll take that off number 1.
Put you right in play.
You get a pass mark from your caddy, wouldn't you, off the first?
Aye.
That would bring a smile to a dour Scotsman's face.
That is a good strike.
Yeah, nice. Very, very comfortable. Good strike. You know my kind of on-off love affair with driving irons. I've kind of gravitated towards them. I do like them. That was very much a T swing, 2.5 degrees down on the angle of attack, but still flew at 103.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get with DHY.
Yeah, be interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to see the difference in those flights between UDI and DHY.
Yeah. What excites me about this one, I want to see when I miss one, what I get. Like, that was good, 238 in the carry. You know, I'm expecting the miss to drop down 215, 220, but I want to see what it does.
Sounds so good.
It's good, isn't it? It's high. It's got
Hollow
that
body,
nice-
but obviously has the speed foam inside.
Yeah.
Nearly 260.
I mean, they're two wee pals, those two, aren't they?
Yeah, right out the middle.
How close are those two?
That's pretty nice. For a driving iron,
Not
first
bad.
tee, bunch of people watching you.
Crowds just willing you on. What did we hit that one there at height-wise,
speed.
Mikey? Again, same thing about, well, that was 119.
19, yeah, it's high.
Launched up a little bit there. Yeah, no, impressed out the gates, to be honest, with how that feels.
Sounds really good.
Slightly higher on the blade.
A little clunky.
A little bit, but it'll be similar.
Wouldn't be upset with that.
Would not. Yeah, just I could
higher,
feel
yeah.
slightly higher in the blade. Okay, let's change gears with UDI.
Expecting this to come out a bit lower.
I think so. I mean, certainly a little bit stronger in the loft. This is the 2-iron, that was a 3-iron. I'm actually probably, based on the launch conditions, I'm actually not expecting that big of a difference in carry.
Yeah.
It's more the rollout when the other one was like 156, 157. I think this one might have 10 more yards of rollout in it if I catch it as good as I hit those first couple anyway. All right. First club, great for the downwind. Obviously, tee shot. This one maybe you gravitate towards if you are a little bit back into the wind.
Yeah.
So let's kind of play it that way. Let's trap it. Trust it maybe to start a hair more right. Similar line. So what you do down this first hole, you just bullet it out towards the burn.
Don't entertain the right side whatsoever.
No, a little high in the strike. Take ownership of that one. What do we have left of the green? 124. I mean, that's what you want to do down the first. Let's see if we can hit one slightly better than that. Better.
I was roasted.
Yep, nicer flight.
Definitely a flatter flight.
There's our 250 on the fly, 270.
10-2 launch. 85 feet.
Not bad though, is it? Certainly not. It's not too low. Still too. I thought I would carry about the same, but it's carrying more, isn't it? I'm just trying to trap that and compress it.
Doesn't put you in trouble.
It's a nice linksy. What did that carry? 245, 270. You take that all day.
Well, that launch launch came down, but peak height obviously is lower.
Yeah, I tried to squeeze that one. That was definitely different.
But if you had to play this on this style of golf course, for wind, it's perfect.
I mean, honestly, I think if we were playing a firm day, I think you get more than 25 yards a run. I think you're getting 40 yards a run.
Baked out in July, it's going to run for a while.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, off the tee shot, if you like, I'm hitting these off the ground, but off the tee shot, passes the test. It's hot.
Yeah, good.
Very hot.
All right, Fraz, we are on the 14th hole, 575 yards. We are going to put these driving irons into kind of game simulation. So you're going to hit a drive, and then hopefully you can get to the green in 2 from there.
Famously, the second shot where Tiger said it was probably the best shot he ever hit, 3-wood in the 2000 Open. Huge high cut, I think it was, but it was just absolute prime Tiger. So, yeah, we're going to hit one down there and try and leave ourselves about 260. Okay. And obviously look at both options. What is it like if you run it in? What's it like if you can fly it in?
Cool.
Let's try and get our good drive away first. Okay, part 1.
The dreaded straight ball. Good swing.
Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, what do we say?
260 to the pin.
260 is what we wanted.
Okay, Fraz, you're 260 out. You gotta get it there.
Yeah. What do we? I mean, this is the aerial route. Obviously, that's where we're going with this thing. Is if you have the aerial route opportunity. We obviously got the front of the green. Front of the green's probably 235.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a big one.
No.
Grounds or conditions are fun, Mikey.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can get this one up in the air a bit more than certainly the tee shot.
I love the sound of this club.
Nice, isn't it? Just needs a firm bounce.
Big bounce.
Big. You tell you what, you take it all day. If you've got some wind at your tail and you could hit it 132 feet with a 3-iron coming in at 48.5, that's the answer.
Yeah.
That is definitely the answer. Love how high you can hit this thing. To be honest, super easy. All right, Mikey boy. First one, we played in calm conditions. Changed the wind a little bit again. Utilise the CG being lower in this thing. Let's see if we can kind of ride the wind a little bit as you would want to. I didn't get that one very good.
Sounded good.
Did it?
Big bounce.
Got it thin.
Wind
Speed
helped.
pocket activated. Let me give you the slightly better strike than that.
Big bounce and it's perfect.
Should get it.
Yeah. Good strike.
It wasn't as good. Honestly, it wasn't a great one. But this thing's just loaded with forgiveness. I don't feel like I would get that with the UDI.
No.
PHY will give you the
High on the face and you got it there, no problem. 235 carry.
How was the height?
You were 118.
118.
119.
Pretty good. All right, let's change her up. Let's turn that wind back against us. All right, the opposite, Mikey boy.
UDI, wind into.
Okay, Mikey, so previous shot, intentionally path out to in, trying to keep some loft on it. This has to be the opposite.
Yeah, shut it
Ball
down.
back in the stance, shut it down.
Lower
trap
launch.
it. Yeah. 17 degrees of loft, so we are going to definitely get it coming out a little hotter. Not bad. Let's have enough.
Enough to get to the front, but
Front, it's hard. I'll tell you what, to strike it, it's got a hair thin.
great flight. Just that launch has to come down a bit.
Okay. I mean, playing in the wind in a simulator is difficult, Mikey. Never mind doing it all day, every day in real life. Pretty good shot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it back if it was on the course.
Strike was a fraction higher, but
Yeah.
you were able
I need
to,
that 151, 152 ball speed.
Yeah.
I like those launch conditions. I just got to strike it slightly more in the middle. Okay, last go. If not, I like that last shot anyway. I don't care what this does. I'm not giving you any better than that.
Really good. Big bounce. To the front.
Front edge. As good as I can hit it.
Cool test though, because we gave it obviously the first you can see your driver here,
Yeah.
and then different shots into it.
Just shots like, let's look at the height. What did that last one fly at? 94.
94.
Obviously because of the wind as well, they'll be kind of elevated. Totally different shots. You need to be very comfortable and very confident, I think, in your ball striking to go UDI.
Yeah.
DHY is definitely going to cover a wider range of players.
You could see a 4-iron in some people's bags in DHY,
sure.
matching the iron shaft to
Yeah.
their irons at an iron length and giving them that little bit extra height.
Yeah, or use it as a club to make the transition from the 5-wood, into the iron set. As I've got 95X DI in this. Somebody puts in an 85 gram shaft, an 80, if they've got 100 in their irons and they've got 70 in their fairway wood, you bridge it with an 80 grammer in the driving iron. They're loaded. They always have been ball speed monsters, these things, but sound, feel, performance, all really, really good.
Yeah, shapes are nice.
Love it.
Cool.
Very impressive. All right, guys, so UDI, DHY, we've seen them before, but they're relaunched, they're sort of rebranded, if you like, with the aesthetic and sort of matching now the P-Series family. We're fans, we like what they've done with it.
Yeah, that DHY sounds great, really tight package, but again, has that hybrid-like kind of tendency. And the way you hit it was, I could see a lot of 4-irons built to match iron sets. It's a nice gap for the set.
It really, really is. And all these products, whether it's a driving iron like one of these, whether it's a mini driver, there's just so many options at the top end of the bag. Head covers, not head covers. There's just, the golfer, the fitter has so many options now and just, there's no excuse for having the top end of your bag really not sort of in perfect synchronicity now with one another. you've got to have a really sort of high performing top end of the bag. Use the data to tell you what it is that you need. Get out and test it. Come and see a fitting store like us. But these are definitely two to add to the test if you're like a long iron.
Yeah, I think the other thing too is not to count out if you play a 5 wood, but then you're going on a trip or you play different courses.
Absolutely.
Having that, you know, having 16 clubs is not the worst thing. You know, having options in your trunk is a nice option.
Definitely. I think that's a great point, Mikey. And if you're making a trip and you know you've got a 7 wood that launches high, but you don't really have much that's going to launch low, you're going to want to add in something like this. You know, maybe you sacrifice a wedge and you know you go 52, 58 for that trip rather than having the 50, 55, 60, whatever it might be. So, you know, really good point. Squad players. These can be squad players as well as mainstays in the top 14 clubs in your bag. So hopefully you guys can see the benefits, can sort of understand where and when you would want to utilize something like the UDI or the DHY. But be mindful, you probably want to be pretty sure in your ball striking before going in this direction.
100%.
All right, good stuff. Guys, hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you again soon.